So it was kind of special, and I liked it that way. And I think it also reflects the time back then.
Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Belgian Jasper. If this is your first time on the channel, hit subscribe right now. Once again, I am staying with my parents in Belgium for the holidays this time. So yeah, I'm coming to you from my old teenage room. You can actually still see some Hammerfall and Camelot framed signed pictures and guitar picks over there. Anyways, let's talk about a really cool rising star in the world of metalcore. I'm talking about the Swedish band Eyes Wide Open, who bring what I would call an anthemic metalcore, mixing that Bullet For My Valentine, Parkway Drive together with, you know, those typical Swedish melodic death metal bands. But hey, we'll come back to that in the interview. The new album is out for a few weeks now, so it's about time that I sat down with Christopher to learn all about it. Christopher from Eyes Wide Open, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. End of Days is out for a few weeks now as we're speaking. You seem very happy. Yeah. Is that because the reactions have been very positive? What's going on?
Yeah, thanks for having me. It has been, some awesome weeks with the release. I think it's 2 weeks ago, something now. Yeah, and it's been a blast. We also had a release gig the day after the album release. So yeah, just been celebrating and having a good time.
Yeah. And it's funny that you say, the release has been a blast, because this is also, I believe, your first album on Rising Empire, which is a sub-label by the mighty Nuclear Blast. Rising Empire is kind of like their breeding ground for success of new bands, if you will. That's pretty cool too, because Nuclear Blast these days, it's almost like a major label. And having them even, whether it's on Nuclear Blast or Rising Empire, just having that backing behind you and that promotion, that must be a whole different world for you guys as well.
Yeah, definitely. We have been an independent band for almost 10 years now, and we felt that to take this ship, to the next level, we have to get a bigger team, better partners, and Rising Empire was one of those labels that we really wanted, and I'm so happy that we landed this and get a deal that we everyone are happy with. So.
So I wanted to obviously touch on the really cool video that you guys released for the title track, which was, if I understand correctly, the video was directed by your singer, Eric. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly.
For those of out there that have already seen this video many times, know that the entire band is basically playing in the middle of the water, while your singer spends most of his time on the beach. So how long did it take for you guys to go like, yeah, no, we got the takes, I want to get out of the water, I'm cold?
It was a bit special actually, because the first scenes, the ones where the band is in the water and playing, those were recorded about a year ago, because we recorded like 4 videos in like 5 days or something back then. Then we added on some, the Eric scenes especially, we added on a year later. But yeah, he was digging there in the sand, and he was underwater for some time, and it was really cold. I think it was end of September maybe, when we recorded it. So and then we also have these scenes, where in the dark room where Eric gets water and sand. So me and Lucas, the drummer, we were, throwing sand and pouring water over him. So we had a great time. Eric, not so much.
Well, that was your revenge for him making you play in the water all the time.
Definitely,
awesome.
Definitely.
You guys bring a varied sound. There is elements definitely there of, let's say mid-2000s metalcore. There's also that
there's those elements from both melodic and symphonic death metal as well. I would describe your music as anthemic metalcore, like we also see bands like Parkway Drive bring or what have you. But is that fun for you? People trying to seeing people struggling a bit with like, hey, how to label this, or should we just not care about labels at all? How do you label your music? What's your take on that?
It's been this has been a question all the way since the beginning, pretty much. I kind of liked what you said there with this anthemic metalcore.
Anthemic metalcore, yeah.
I like that. Usually, people place us somewhere between especially the Swedish melodic death metal thing, like In Flames, At the Gates, all those bands, and also the metalcore stuff. And I guess we're like heading in both ways, and so it's kind of hard.
From a lyrical perspective, and I think also on your previous work, but definitely on the new album, the band seems to be tackling, exercising demons, cleaning up and starting over. Are those? Did I get that right? Are those the elements of this album, and where did that come from?
Yeah, definitely. That has been like a subject we have touched on most albums, and I think it was kind of special this time because we wrote the lyrics somewhere in the beginning of 2020, and during that time, a lot of stuff happened both in the world and in our poet lives, and like the way we wrote them was that me and Eric was sitting down together and like discussing, sometimes for hours about different subjects, and later that came into the songs, and so it was kind of special, and I liked it that way, and I think it also reflects the time back then.
Yeah, for sure. And even though written at the start of 2020, I think a lot of your fans have gone through some crazy, well, everybody has gone through some crazy times, and everybody had to face some demons they may not knew they had 2 years ago. So it's interesting to see how you write this music almost 2 years ago, but then when it's released, it's more relevant than ever. That must be weird for you as the artist as well, to just kind of see how that evolves.
Yeah, definitely. It's but I think also especially how to tackle your inner demons and hardships in life and stuff like that. That's always a subject, I guess, that will be on the poster, sadly. But it's something we all have to face.
Even though these are all pretty, well, dark or deep or heavy subject material, Eyes Wide Open always comes across to me as a very positive band. And the music or the attitude or just also the artwork and some, we'll come back to the artwork later, but there always seems to be this silver lining or light at the end of the tunnel. Is that important for you guys to, hey, let's deal with some dark things but give people a little bit of hope? Or am I completely off here?
No, yeah, I think you're spot on. Usually the songs is about, as you said, the darker themes, but also how you get through them and how we can get through them together. And both on the on the personal levels and also on the bigger scales, like about the stuff that happens in the world and so on. So I think you were spot on there.
Okay, awesome. Well, let's talk about that artwork for a little bit. So I followed the band for some time. I mean, no means the absolute specialist on everything Eyes Wide Open, but on the cover we again see the creepy boy with his eyes wide shut. We saw him already on And So It Begins in 2017. So this seems to be like a proper Mascot by now. What's the backstory behind the Mascot? And we also see on the back of the album, you see that he has a mean big brother.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's the story behind the Mascot? Does he have a name?
Not yet. Maybe soon. But yeah, it was the first 3 records we did an EP and then 2 albums, and he was on all those covers and like a trilogy in some way. And then after, I think that it was after And So It Begins, we released The Upside Down, where we went away from that kind of thing. And then when we were going to do this album, we were supposed to do something else. But then we talked with our artwork guy called Blake Armstrong. He has made, stuff like In Flames, Slayer, a lot of other bands. And he was like, yeah, you have this cool mascot. Why don't you want to use him? And we were like, yeah, sure, do your thing. And he did the album cover, and we were totally blown away. Like, yeah. This is the way. This is definitely the way.
The showdown at the back of the album, like, should be interpreted as you're a mascot anxiously awaiting his friend from rising out of the sea, coming to help him, and whatever his plans are, or is he going in for a confrontation with the ugly side of himself?
I think it's a bit up for interpretation for everyone, but in some ways, I guess it's his inner self coming up there. That's how I interpret, at least.
I know that in Europe more than right now in North America, but I'm sure that we're just a few weeks behind you guys. It seems like a lot of areas are closing up again because of everything going on in the world. Some countries are more open, tours are being planned, some tours are being canceled again. For the fans out there, what can you share that you're working on? What's next? What should we keep our eyes open for?
Yeah, we have been pretty lucky in Sweden so far. We have opened up pretty much the whole society. So we're gonna do a tour in Sweden in January and February together with our label mates Aviana, another Swedish band. And on 2 of these shows we will also play with a band called Imminence, another great Swedish band. So that's kind of the closest thing, and then we have some festivals booked in during the summer, one in Germany, one in Norway, another one in Sweden. But I hope we can do a lot more than this, but I guess time will tell. With I guess spring will be special. Either it will be a lot or it will be nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, Kristoffer, I want to thank you so much for sharing all this information with me and taking the time out of your hectic weeks. And I hope you, even with uncertainties of shows, that you guys get to take a step back and just enjoy the ride right now and where the band has grown to. So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, and I wish you all the best with the continued release cycle of this album.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You are awesome for watching this video. Click right here to see more content like it and subscribe to the channel.